Hi, in this presentation, we are going to learn how to obtain values of a function from its graph. The graph of a function f is a set of ordered pairs x, uh, f of x. In other words, x, y. Y or f of x mean the same thing, such that x is in the domain of f. So x is in the domain of f. How about the value of y? Well, the value of y is in the range of f. But what about it? The value y, or the value of the function, is the distance y of the graph from the point x on the x-axis. Well, let's take a look at this figure. This point here, for example, this point here, the y value of this point, which is f of x, is the distance from this point, is the distance of this point from the x-axis. The y value of this point is the distance of this point from the x-axis. The value y of this point, again, is the distance from the x-axis, and so on. Any point we pick on the curve, its y value would be the distance from that point on the curve to the x-axis. Now, very important notation. If the question asked find f of 3 using this notation, f of 3, this means what is the value of y when x equals 3? So find y when x equals 3. How about if the question says find f of x equals 4? This means what is the value x when y equals 4? Or find x when y equals 4. Here's an example. So on this example, the question says use the given graph to find f of 0. So a will be f of 0. What does this mean? It means the value of the value y of the function when x equals 0. So let's do that. So when x equals 0, the point on the curve whose x coordinate is 0 would be this one. What is the y coordinate of that point? That's a 4. So the answer is 4. And then example B says find f of 1. F of 1, it means what is the y value of the function f when x equals 1. So when x equals 1, here's a point whose x coordinate is 1. What is the y coordinate of this point? That's 2. It's a 2. All right. So that means f of 1 equals 2. And then what is f of 3? Again, the same question. What is the y value of the function f when x equals 3? So when x equals 3, here's a point that corresponds to x equals 3 on the curve. What is the y coordinate of that point? Well, that's 4. So therefore the answer is 4. Now D, it says f of x equals 4. That means find x when y equals 4. So y equals 4, it would be at this point and this point. What is the x coordinate that corresponds to this point? That will be 0. So x equals 0, comma, and is there another one? Yes. X equals 3. All right. Example E. Find the x when y equals 0. So when y equals 0, we have 2 points where the y is 0. It's this point and this one. What is the x value that corresponds to this point? Well, this x value that corresponds to this point is -1. And the x value that corresponds to that point is x equals 2. We could also use another notation, for example, D and E. So we can say, for example, E, we can say x equals open braces -1 comma 2 close braces, and this can do the same thing. For example, D, you can do x equals open braces 0 comma 3 close braces. Either notation is fine. Thank you for watching.